Hi all, how are you? Happy new moon day. Hang on. The cat's just decided the minute I started recording she wanted to go out. So, happy new moon day. Hope you're well. Hope you are enjoying the new moon in Aries, okay? So whatever your sign is, sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, Aries will be somewhere. When you were born, Aries was somewhere in your chart, but you don't have to be any of those like significant signs in your chart for you to benefit from it. Like any new moon, this is all about a time for revival, revisiting what you want to do, who that kind of, where that soul path is even in you, and how are you going to accelerate it to move forward. Okay, so this could be a time of bit of a contradiction because you could feel like you really want to do something but there's certain things holding you back or whatever. So I'm going to be doing a spread, tarot spread obviously, to look into that, to see what the energies are. Then I'm going to get a clarifier, and then I'm going to get a gypsy deck with a couple of tarot cards just to see what blockages potentially, 111 when I said that, potentially there could be, and what the advice of the cards are. So it's not like this is what you need to get rid of. It's more of a kind of flavoring the water, okay? Because with any kind of transition, with any new beginnings, with any kind of switching the gears, changing the mindset, or keeping the momentum, it's a work in progress because there'll always be something where you might be triggered or tested and all these types of things, okay? So let's see now. So let's see where we're going to go with this. Bottom of the deck, there's the world. So this is the new chapter, and actually in the pre-shuffle you had judgment, okay? So let's have a look anyway. So let's see what is coming up from my questioners. Actually a very apt card to have indeed, okay? So this is the Hanged Man, okay? So this is Major Arcana, and what this means is spiritual lessons. He's hanging there because he needs to learn a certain lesson. So what that could be for you is either situations repeat themselves either around you or in your mind, so loop thinking, and it seems like certain things could just be not changing for you, but the real reason, the spiritual reason, is because what aren't you changing about the situation or how your mind is thinking? You might know those changes, but until you kind of sit with it and move on when you're ready, this will keep coming up, okay? So he's enlightened here. So the reason why he's hanging, they say all the energy from the chakras move forwards from literally the base all the way to the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and then onto his third eye leading into the crown. And then he'll be loose and then move forwards in the way that you or the way you're supposed to moving forwards should be, okay? Because we've all done it where we've kidded ourselves, where we think, okay, well, this is fine, I'm going to do this now, and done things on a whim or rushed something because we feel that's what we should be doing, and it's been short-lived because we haven't been ready, we haven't been aligned, and that's exactly what the Hanged Man is there, okay? So really strong start. Really strong start. So let's see what else is coming in. So let's see from a universal level, because this came out the other day, didn't it? The Seven of Swords from an outside influence situation. So this could be like just lower frequencies, you know, and it doesn't mean like lower frequencies necessarily with regards to third parties or anything kind of underhand like that. I mean, it can be. The Seven of Swords is somebody running away from something. So whether or not things weren't as they thought, you had a niggle and things you just thought it's not lining up, the intuition side of the Hangman would show that. If the Hangman came up upside down, it would show you that you're not listening to your intuition, but it's not coming up like that, so you clearly are. But the Seven of Swords means, you know, it just doesn't seem to be marrying up. You are trying to like live in your full truth, whatever that is for you at the moment, but there just seems to be people or situations that just are not vibing with your frequency. That could even be a job, management, micromanaging, all these types of things, and it's just not really kind of getting you anywhere. So the lesson here is, what is your soul saying to you? What is your true path saying to you? What are your higher guides, your higher self saying to you? And again, about saying about getting in a loop, this could be the same thing. This could be like you having 3 or 4 bad days at work because you know you're not supposed to do it, But then the weekend comes, you think, oh, do you know what, it's Friday, I'm leaving at 4 today, it's fine. And then you're all right for a little bit. And then what happens? So this is what this is saying to you. I'm going to get it clarified for the Seven of Swords. I'm just going to ask why this is there. Because you've got the World coming up again. Now, it was at the bottom of the deck, and now it's come out. So, and also just with the Four of Pentacles coming up there, I just feel don't allow yourself to be molded by how you think you should present yourself to the world, okay? Because everyone has a set idea about what success is, how you should be, but it doesn't mean anything. One person might dress a certain way and be a certain way because it fits them. It doesn't mean you have to do that as well if you think it's going to give you some sort of acceptance. So with the World and the Seven of Swords, this is asking you, there's going to be some kind of new phase coming into your life. We're in a new phase now, and it's going to be coming in very, very soon. But what it is asking you is those toxic people and situations, what are they and why are you still holding on to them? You can know somebody for 20 years and it doesn't mean anything. If they are playing on your heartstrings, or if you're being used or manipulated, you know, you're not going to get the best out of the Seven of Swords energy. Whatever you do, you have to kind of keep with your level and keep working with it that way, okay? And this doesn't have to be a personal situation in front of you. It could be in something that's happened and you're replaying that situation because it could have been unfair. Could have been 20 years ago, 15, 10, 5, whatever. There's no real timing anyway in the universe. So what is your lesson? I feel it's something that's been unjust or low frequency that's happening to you at the moment or has happened to you, and it's asking you to let go of that. The new phase is waiting for you, okay? So let's have a look and see what else is coming up in your position. You've got the Hierophant. 2 majors. Well, we've got 3 majors. 1 from an outside influence position and 2 now in yours. Spiritual teaching. You could be training, doing something spiritually. That could be absolutely anything. Doesn't have to be run of the mill. Man, look at this. This is the Wheel of Fortune underneath. When I said that, the Wheel of Fortune has shown itself, and basically what this means is the Wheel of Fortune is showing itself to you for you to kind of change the wheels you set in motion for yourself. Don't rush to get there because of the Hangman here. This is a steady energy. This is not rushing, okay? But the Hierophant is showing you your greater truth. I feel a lot of you, hang on. My coffee, you know what I'm like. I feel a lot of you have been kind of playing a role that's not supposed to be yours. You're playing an extra when you should be the lead role, okay? And you know you should be the lead role because of the frustration and disalignment that you feel in now and again, okay? Now, this is life. I'm not saying every day skipping down the road. It's not. Of course it isn't. But when the Hierophant comes up, it is spiritual teaching, whether you teach yourself or whether you learn something new on a spiritual level, or whether you think, do you know what, I am going to take up a new hobby and that's going to be my respite, excuse me, so to speak, for now, because I can't do anything about this over here at the moment, but I am going to take myself away and focus on whatever this is. The fact that there's 2 keys in this card shows you have the key to unlock whatever you want. These 2 people show that looking up to this teacher here, so you'll have a lot of people kind of looking up to you eventually, whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, okay? Again, this came up before where you're not a small player here, okay? You could be just playing the part of the small player, but your soul now is saying, come on, this is your design, this is your frequency, this is your vibration to raise higher. You have allowed people and situations to condition yourself. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Now's the time to undo that, but it's you that has to put that energy in to do it, okay? There is a letting go here. Underneath the Hangman, let's see what is coming in. So you have the Page of Wands. This is excellent, guys. Pages are really, really good because whilst they're in their infancy, that's essentially what it means. It's not like you are going to think of an idea, career to do, and then the next day you've got 25,000 clients because you just put 1 ad up. This takes time. But the fact that it's wands, it's communication. So the Hierophant with the Page of Wands shows that you'll be really good kind of orator, really kind of speaking into your truth because you've had to go through certain things with the Hangman that you're still going through at the moment in order for you to be more knowledgeable, and not hold it in a way that causes you backache, but hold it in a way where you turn it into a high frequency to help other people. Okay, we can switch that energy up. It's the same amount of energy. It's the same amount of energy to sit down and be, why is this happening to me, or why isn't this going the way I want it to go, or why everything happens to other people. That's so great. That same energy can be turned around, and it's like, do you know what, this is fine, because I've got this opportunity over here. I'm going to take my sweet time to get there, but it doesn't matter, because I've got all the tools I need. I've got all the help I need from the archangels, from my higher self, from you know, people that have passed on, my ancestors, and this is where it's going to be going for you. Okay, so this is really kind of bringing it all in. And if you're going to do anything tonight, show loads of gratitude. Write down and say, I am so grateful that I am in such a nourishing mind position, mind, body and soul, to do exactly what I want to do, and I know it's on its way. Thank you for putting me in this situation, because without this, then I wouldn't have steered me into the direction that I'm supposed to be going in. Okay, what I do want to say is, don't focus on the wrongdoings that other people have done to you, because that's coming up quite clearly, and the universe with the world is saying to you, do not let a man, woman situation stop you. 1111. So I've got to stop doing that, haven't I? Every time I see like a number frequency, I tell you, stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing. Nourish your soul. Okay, so underneath then, from an outside influence position, let's see what is coming in. Queen of Swords. You see, I'm going to read this. If you guys have been speaking to someone, but you're not going out with them, you want to talk to them, but they've pissed you off, and they want to talk to you, but they're guarded, but they haven't shut that door. What's that all about? Okay, so you're in two minds. Do you completely forget about it, or do you, and take that world energy with a new cycle? Do you hang around? Do you hang around? Choice is yours. I can't tell you what to do. But don't. I know I can't tell you what to do. But this is exactly what the Queen of Swords is, okay? So they've got their back turned to you at the moment. You're not hearing from them, okay? But the Queen of Swords is basically, and whilst it's a queen, it can still be a guy. There's no male or female in tarot. It's just the energy it embodies at that moment in time, okay? So they're in two minds. Their head is all over the place, okay? But at the same time, their intuition, the Queen of Swords, does get a bad rep, but at the same time, she's highly intuitive as well. There's a lot of Aborigine energy associated with the Queen of Swords. So you might find that when you go out, you are smelling different smells that you don't normally smell, like different foods, and you might think, oh man, that smells amazing, and your tastes will change, your ideas about certain things will change. But there is an invisible tie between you and someone else here, okay? But you're just not speaking to each other. Maybe this is what the challenge is for you, okay? Now, if you're not in a situationship, if you're not even questioning about anybody, the Queen of Swords is somebody coming in to help you, but they've had to go through their own shit too in order to be able to help you, okay? So it might not be happening at the moment, but it will be a meeting of minds. Somebody you've got quite a lot in common with, where you could kind of help each other along the way, even if they're just meant to come in for a week to give you a really great piece of advice. This is the universe helping you bring in the right people in at the right time, okay? The Queen of Swords also is somebody who it's a Libran energy, so likes balance, okay? So if this is a situation where somebody's out of balance, then don't even bother with it, okay? Whilst it's Libran, it can be air sign influence, which is Aquarius, Gemini and Libra, so you could be dealing with somebody of that zodiac, but it's welcomed at the same time, okay? So let's have a look and see what is coming in underneath the Hierophant, and let's have a look, see, shall we? Okay, that popped out. I'm going to get another one, and let's see what is. Well, at the bottom of the deck there, guys, you have the Knight of Cups. Now, what I want to say in this situation, if this is linked to the person that you're talking about, they do want to get in touch, but this cup I'm sensing is empty at the moment. It's just going to be hollow words, okay? And it's just going to be history repeating itself, which is exactly why the Hanged Man is here and why the World is here. It's two conflicting energies, two majors. You're supposed to go through this, but at the same time, are you feeling like how much do you put up with? physically, day to day, or what you bash yourself across the head with every single day, because that's why the Five of Swords is coming up here. This is conflict. This is arguments. Doesn't mean, because it's in your situation, doesn't mean arguments with your neighbour, but it does mean arguments with yourself. But again, it's like oil and water, because it's come up with the sun. This is expansion, growth, recognition, happiness, it's warmth. You're battling a connection, even if you're not speaking to that person. That's clear, okay? And if you're not battling a connection, then what this is saying to you is somebody is going to be coming in to help you, definitely. There would be potentially a love interest coming in also, but it's asking you to dig deeper, get rid of the day-to-day feeling that you experience, because it's becoming almost routine and habit. And then you're going to start to feel really frustrated with yourself. It's asking you to dig deeper, and the Hierophant will speak to you, okay? A lot of you watching this are not run-of-the-mill type energies. I just feel so many of you are, you know, you could get into gardening a lot more and feel the sense of, you know, the connection with the plants and seeds, and, you know, you could go for walks a lot more. And that's just the beginning. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And watch what happens after that. So on this new moon energy, what are you to bring in? To bring in the gratitude and bringing the answers and signs for you, for your soul path to be a lot more clear for you, okay? Studying is clear here, okay? A new phase is clear here. It's going to be coming in whether you like it or not. Even if you sat at home, you'd be scrolling and it would come to you through an advert or something like that. The universe is not going to let you miss this, okay? How do I know that? Because they're majors. So it's not like you've got a lot of work to do, which was what is Hannah, which is what would happen if it was all minors. Let's see now from an overall clarifier point of view. Let's see what is going down. What is going down? Overall clarifier for everyone. Overall clarifier. That was almost. Well, tell you something. They've all just dropped on the floor. Hang on. And another one. I'm just going to ask for another one. Jesus. Well, this one definitely wants to come out. Came out before, and I'm going to get one more. I'm going to read them to you, obviously, because otherwise I'd just be looking at them going, oh, okay, by myself. Maybe it's just these two. Is it just these two? Is there another one? Is there another one? No. No. But she says the Ten of Cups underneath there. So this is emotional fulfillment. It doesn't always mean with another person, guys. Emotional fulfillment with you. This is where it begins. Begins with you today. But anyway, let's get into this. So let's see the two overall clarifiers. You've got a Ace and you have the Tower. So this is a bolt out the blue, but this is a good bolt out the blue, guys, because it's met with an Ace, and the Aces are always new phases. This is the Ace of Wands. Now you have the Page of Wands here, where everything's in its infancy. Then all of a sudden, once you start with the slow, steady steps in the right direction, watch how mountains will move for you to get so much more accessibility to where you're supposed to go. So the Ace of Wands is showing you will just know what to do. The Ace of Wands is just beautiful because it shows that communication, either with this person or someone new or people you're supposed to speak to, will elevate to a level. And you think, what have I been doing all this time? I've just been talking about maybe doing this, but then going to bed at like 8 o'clock because I'm just so tired because I'm in a crappy job I don't want to be in, and then, you know, all these types of things. Once you get the momentum and the ball rolling, so to speak, it will all start to play. The Tower, yes, is a bolt out the blue, but this is a welcomed bolt out the blue, 1919. When I say these numbers, write them down and see what it means for you, because that's a message in itself. Anyway, I digress. So the Ace of Wands is basically saying to you that there is good high communication on the way, but it's also how you speak to yourself, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Gypsy card, and I'm going to see about the releasing side, and then I'm going to see what word is linked to that, okay? So what releasing do you falseness? I don't know why there's a picture of a cat there. Maybe because cats pretend to like you sometimes and they hate you sometimes. Not the cats here though. Cats are always loving here. But yeah, falseness. What do you need to get rid of? Superficial tendencies towards you. When I said at the very beginning, you know, you could know somebody for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. It doesn't matter. If it's not serving your vibe anymore, you don't have to put up with that, okay? Is it false? Is this situationship false? Are you talking falsely to yourself? Which is what this could be. This is what you need to get rid of, or advising what to get rid of. Get rid of that falseness, superficialness. I'm not saying you're superficial. I'm not saying like you buy a new car just because so-and-so's got a new one. It's not that type of superficial. It's, let's see, the best way to describe it. It's like a pigeon dressing up as a dove because it's surrounded by doves, but it knows it's a pigeon. Do you know what I mean? That pigeon isn't going to be happy dressed up as a dove. It has to own itself and be itself. So what is that you're surrounded by? That's what I'm saying. Could be a job that's not meant for you. Could be absolutely anything. And once you identify that, watch what happens. Now let's see now. 21. Tell you what, guys, we are rolling with the number synchronicities today. Let's see now what is coming up on a word level. This was me playing the flute earlier. I recorded myself. I didn't. That's in my fantasy land. Okay, is there a word coming up? What is coming up for you, all of you? What is coming in? What is coming in for all of you? Liberation. What number is it? Oh, 25. 5, 6, 7. 7 is the number of being spontaneous and changes. When you see 777, that means big changes are on its way. You'll probably start to see 777 when this Tower moment and Ace of Wands moment is near, okay? But this is just liberation, because you have got rid of whatever this falseness is, even if it's you talking to yourself falsely. There's many ways, guys, that I can give examples of what this is, but you know in your mind, in your life, what you're going through, and whatever you think of first, more than likely this is what it's going to be. Liberate yourself, get rid of the dead wood. Somebody wants to talk to you if you're in that kind of situation, but pride's here, you know, and it's no one's talking to each other at the moment. But what you are where you're supposed to be with the Hangman, okay? So if you're thinking, oh gosh, what am I doing with my life? Should I be doing this? Could I be doing that? Don't stress over that bit. Go with the feeling. And if someone said to you, regardless of any limitations, how do you see yourself on a day-to-day level? And really go into that, because what will you be doing? What's your garden like? What's your house like? How are you earning your money? So dip into it that way, and you'll start to see your soul path emerging for you. And then once you identify that, watch what happens with these two beautiful cards coming up here. And that, my friends, is your new moon in Aries reading. I hope that gave you some direction. If not, don't worry about it, because I'll be doing another reading soon over the next couple of days. And of course I will be posting. I'm booked up now this weekend. Next week, if you want a reading, then you have to let me know, and then I'll let you know my price and availability. Other than that, guys, enjoy it. Write your gratitude list tonight. Feel grateful, honestly, because it's the feeling that gets to where you're supposed to be. And you have a wonderful, beautiful Friday, and have an excellent weekend. Take care now. Bye-bye.